and welcome to this video. I'm Marcus Hayes, and today me and Kat are going for a little road trip in Winston, Kat's plastic Ford Fiesta, to visit my parents in Northampton. But both of their cars have little issues that I need to look at, so first we're going to my other garage to pick up some tools. I feel like McDonald's should be sponsoring me by now. Alright, so I'm at the garage. I thought I'd show you the state of Maud's new engine at the moment. I've made a start on grinding away the rust, and I gave the engine a bit of a thorough clean. Rocker cover certainly looks a lot better now. I've had a look inside and the cams are in really good condition. They always are with these E-Tech engines. Yeah, so I'm planning to come round here before work and on my break at work next week a few times, just get an hour in here and there and hopefully get this block painted. But there was one thing I thought of the other day, because this engine hasn't got a flywheel on it and I'm going to want to take this bottom pulley off and remove all these covers. I was thinking there might not be a way of doing that without fitting a flywheel to it, but I think I might be alright, because I've got these holes in this part of the stand and I've just poked an Allen key in through the hole and into one of the holes in the crank. So hopefully with that in there, that will lock the crank and then I'll just be able to undo this bolt. So I'm going to try that now. But that didn't work. Broke my Allen key now. I need something a bit stronger. Maybe try this bar for the ratchet. Yeah, success. Sweet. Loads of people have been asking me how well the new mats fit in Esther. Those of you who've been watching my videos will know that Kat got me these for Christmas, and yeah, they do seem to fit in the Mark 1 floor pan pretty good. Yeah, if you want to get a set of those car mats for your car, the company's called ultimatecarmats.co.uk, but I'll leave a link to the website in the description of this video. Two fuses, £1.99. Loads of fuses, £4.39. Don't really want to get either, to be honest. I only want a couple of fuses, but I don't want to pay £2 for them. Just have to get the big packet. And to make it worse, when I got to the till, he said it was £4.40 when it was £4.39. I mean, I weren't going to argue over 1p, but as if Halfords ain't expensive enough. You may have noticed that I am actually trying not to call them Halfords anymore, but it's really difficult. So this is my mum's new car, a recent replacement for the Astra. And one of the problems with this is that some little scrote tried to break into it and broke the handle. My dad's still got his trusty Mark 1 Focus Estate, which has now done well over 200,000 miles. And my dad thinks that the rear brakes might be locking up, so I need to have a look at that. So you reckon it's all right then? Apparently the rear brakes ain't locking up. It was just that the tyres weren't inflated properly. So that's now sorted. Hello, Dad.
All right, mate.
The world famous Picasso the painter.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm all right. I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Hello, Mum. Say hello to YouTube.
It's open.
All right, so my parents are having loads of work done in their bathroom, so there's no toilet here. So now me and Kat have got to go around the corner and find somewhere to go to the toilet.
Trees out the back.
All right, so now I've emptied my bladder. First things first, I'm just going to check if Dad's brakes are all right. Yeah, I think they're all right. What do I know? All right, first thing I want to do on this is just test if the alternator's charging properly, because quite recently the battery went flat a couple of times, but it was sort of left sitting for a while, so it might just be that. Yeah, so as you can see, it's quite a clean motor. in the engine bay. A few people have asked me recently actually about fitting these into Escorts, and they've been asking me if this is the type of Zetec I've got in my Escorts. This is a Zetec SE, whereas I've got a Zetec E. And the way you can tell is that the inlet is at the front of the car when it's fitted to a Focus, whereas with a Zetec E, the exhaust manifold would be here and the inlet would be that side. Now, I'm sure there are people that fit these engines into Escorts, but I prefer the 2 litre Zetec E's. So what I'm going to do is use my multimeter just to test how much power is showing on the battery when the engine is off. I'm going to put it directly onto the battery terminal, which is a bit awkward, that's why I was using the bolt before. 14. It's weird. If everything's off, that should be 12. Oh, go on. Yeah. And then it goes up to 16. Yeah, so that's a bit weird that the readings are a bit high. I don't know whether my multimeter is just not very accurate because it's a cheap one, or whether that could mean that there's something wrong with the battery. But it definitely goes up when the engine's running, so the alternator's doing something. Let's have a look online and see if the readings being too high could be a faulty battery. I don't know. Right, so as I showed you earlier, someone broke the handle off trying to get in. They failed to get in anyway. Now we're left with a broken door handle. Now, I was looking on eBay and I don't think this part is actually broken. The bit that goes here, I think is just a cap, but that bit pinged off somewhere. It wasn't on the floor the next day. So I'm thinking that there's something inside that needs replacing, because if I slot this in how it's supposed to go, this is obviously supposed to hook onto something inside. So I think I need to basically take the door card off and just investigate what's going on inside and just figure out what part it is we need to buy to actually make the door handle work. This is probably just clipped on, this door card. I can't see any screws anywhere. Kat's just gonna have a look on YouTube, see if there's any tutorials. I mean, it shouldn't be too difficult, but I don't want to go yanking it off without having a look first, because I've got a long history of breaking plastic on plastic cars. No screws down there. I can't feel any under there either. Got a feeling I need to prise this out first. So it looks like this joint here, you need to prise in there first. Right, obviously I don't have any plastic trim removal tools, so I'm just going to try and use a screwdriver as carefully as I can. Yeah, got little tabs here. Yeah, it looks like we've got little 8mm bolts. What, them two is the only things holding this on?
Yeah, that's what they only took out two.
That's good. They do like to make these modern cars easy to put together in the factory. Oh dear.
That's it.
Huh?
That's it. It's gone.
Yeah, once it starts, it'll be easy. Right, so the door card's off. Still haven't gained access to behind where that handle goes, but looks like I've just got to take this plate off, which has got all these bolts all the way around, so that shouldn't be an issue. I was hoping that once I got the door card off, this would be sort of open and there'd be holes in it, but alright, so what I've done is I've actually disconnected the glass from the mechanism. Yeah. Go on. Alright, stop there. Because otherwise this plate won't come off. So I think pretty much the only thing that's holding it on now is the cable that's connected to this. So I'll just quickly undo this Torx bolt here, take this off, and then we should be able to just pull everything off and have a look. Alright, so this plate's pretty much out of the way now, so I can at least see in behind where the handle goes. The bit that I think we need to replace is this bit here, which is just like the backing piece to the handle. I don't know what it's called. At first glance, I can't really see that it's snapped. But if you pass that through, right, okay, that did hook on then. Alright, so fast forward a little bit, we've got the glass out of the door now. That's sitting in there so we don't break it. Basically, I've taken all of this out from inside the door. That's all the stuff that was in there. And it consists of, this is the door latch that would poke through here. This part is like the window runner. And then this bit is like the inside bit of the door handle, which just sits in there. And then the door handle sits something like that. And basically, it seems like there must be something missing inside here that stops the door handle from being able to basically fall off like that. Now, I'm not sure if there's a bit snapped off here, because when I look at it, it doesn't look like anything snapped off there. But where this sits like that, I don't know whether there's like, you can tell that something snapped off of here, so it might be part of this, which sits something like that, which may be what's not stopping this coming off. So basically, I'm going to get on eBay, there's loads of these being broken, and I'm going to order all of these bits as well as a door handle, and then we should be able to put this back together how it should be. Now, on the back of this plate, there's a multi-plug here that plugs in to the door latch, and I don't think that's been broken when they tried to break into the car. I think I've broken that today, but when we get this new part, that'll be fine. This broken bit will basically, it unplugs from this, and then we just plug this in to the new bit when it comes. So for now, I basically need to put this bit back into the door, just so that we've got a door latch, so that the door shuts, and obviously put the glass back in the door so that it's watertight. First, I'm going to take a load of pictures of these bits. Alright, so the door's back together until I get the parts, just so the car's secure. Got the latch working and stuff. So yeah, hopefully in a couple of weeks I'll be able to fix this properly. There's one other job I need to do on this car. It's not major. Basically, the cigarette lighter fuse is blown. Alright, so the fuse boxes in these Mark II Focuses is under the glove compartment here. Yeah, so basically you've got these little black things, one there and one there, and you just literally twist them half a turn or so, and then the fuse box just drops down. I thought I remembered which fuse was the cigarette lighter one, but I might have to look at the diagram. Proper Ford booklet. I think I'll be nicking this when you scrap this car, Dad.
The way things are going, it won't be long.
Fuse number 109, cigar lighter. So yeah, it's the second row up and the one on the far left.
How long's that for?
Yeah, so it's working now, so hopefully it won't blow again. If it does, I'll have to look at the electrics. Right, so it's much later in the evening now. Me and Kat have just got back to London. I'll be going back down to my parents in 1 or 2 weeks with the parts hopefully needed to finish that job on my mum's door. Next week I'm going to try and go down to the garage before work on a couple of the days, just to spend time cleaning the engine up and painting the block, because I've now got the paint for it, and then hopefully that will make up for me being lazy all this weekend. And then next weekend I should be able to fit all those parts to Maud that I got from Burton Power, because the hardware that I need for them should have arrived. Before I go, I just want to say one thing to all those who have been sending pictures and details of your cars to my Facebook page. Please do send them to my inbox rather than just putting them in the comment section of other people's cars posts. That way I can make a dedicated post for each of you. So with that all being said, I'm going to end this video here. If you did think it was any good, please do give it a thumbs up and a share. If you didn't, give it a thumbs down. Click subscribe and activate the notification bell to be kept right up to date with any other videos that I post in the future. Make sure you check out my Facebook and my Instagram, and I'll leave the links you need for that in the description as well, along with my email address for anyone who wants to contact me. But until next time, thanks for watching.